responding in kind, taking out Lucas and just picking these players off from range. He's almost eliminated FNX as well. Unfortunately, more players from Immortals still sit within the bomb site. This is going to be Bolts hanging out and now securing the bomb, but he misses behind him. However, the shots aren't hitting quickly enough. Steel is going to be able to bail out his teammate, but only for a short period of time. And Doja continues to wreak havoc now, pushing forward. He's knocked out Henny, brought this down to a 2v2. Steel's still present, however, close to the bomb train, and Mo being cornered himself out. He tries to swing in looking for that kill on Steel, but he's not going to find it. And Immortals will pick up another round here. That they have to worry about, though. Thankfully, they're holding it off quite raw right now, but here comes Henny trying to start that flank from within side of the site, hits the first kill with his CZ, trying to drop back down, but Hobbit's on a mission of his own. He knocks out Bolts further into the site, but fails to account for Henny, who picks up a shot with the up. Now this is down to a 1v1. Henny already at very low HP, tries to go for the peak, but it's a miss, and another miss as well, and now he's just going to jump back onto the bomb, try to wait this out for when Zeus chases him, but he can't hold on, and Zeus will clutch it out for Gambit, tying us up once again.
Yeah, and Henny not having a kit really stopped him from winning that round. If he had a kit, he could have just locked it. Instead, he has to go for the kill. A couple missed shots, though. I still think he should have had that. But Zeus wins a really important one. And just when Immortals is about to break their economy and finally force Gambit on a save after winning, what was it, 4 or 5 rounds in a row.
Yep.
Gambit wins the Tech 9 round where they fake outside. Adren gets a ridiculous kill on somebody top 5. That should never happen when you have a Tech 9. And then they go through Z and split towards Enter.
Yeah, once again, we see the economic struggles of the Immortals shine through as they're in a bit of a limited buy across the map over here by Ivy with him getting aggressive. Bolt's able to find a second and another one now as well. Finally, he goes down to Hobbit, who's kind of saving this round at this point. He'll have to hunt for a few more, though, as there's still 2 into the open, back behind the site. Doja in the fray as well here, knocking out Lucas, followed up by Steel. Only 1 remains, and it's going to be Henny, the player, which is the Glock, knocked out with a touchdown grenade as Gambit picks up their 11th round.
Yeah, and even though, you know, Bolts comes out, and I believe he got all 3 of those kills, all Immortals players are kind of committed at that point to
just
outside.
Execute happen, though. 20 seconds to basically have to be flawless. That's a good start, though. Lucas knocking out Zeus back over here by the porch, leaves mainly Doja to defend. Mo is able to strike back with 1 kill on his own regard, but then Lucas picks up another one, knocks out Doja afterwards, and leaves only 3 up and running for Gambit here. And Mo in a bit of a tough spot, stuck inside of the Moto Cubby now, and really no safe way out of it. He also lost half of his HP, too, so really needs to get Adren and Hobbit in positions to move out quickly and retake this. Thankfully, Mo was actually able to escape from that cubby over there, so he's now going to rejoin with the others. But in terms of an actual retake here, things aren't looking too good. They're still slowly kind of clearing out the halls at this point, trying to make sure that they're not going to have to worry about a flank because of that. There is still going to be 1 T up on top, but at the end of the day, they just decide that it's not worth it to go for this, and they're going to end up backing away, trying to look for exit kills instead, and let Immortals have their first round.
Yeah, the Immortal strategy right there was essentially, as they are going to still, you know, have an off.
The smoke, and re-evens it back down to a 4v4.
Yeah, that's basically a one-way smoke. When you smoke next to the logs and you stand above it, very difficult for the T's to see you at all. And it's also set up very well because I believe he had who was that behind him just kind of spamming the smoke. So, of course, after you kill somebody B, you're not going to expect somebody on top of the logs like that when the other player is spamming. Yeah.
So he goes back over. Actually, he's a bit of a rotate player right now, too. He's not going to fully commit to B, but just kind of hanging out in CT spawn right now in the event they do recommit, which they're going to do. Hobbit's in a very overexposed position, commits to 1 kill, then falls back behind the half wall, only at 5 HP, but reinforcements are on the way very quickly, and Hobbit even able to get a 2nd kill before going down in that situation. Lucas
sure that they were in position to trade kill every single time. I mean, it started out with that clean take at A, but then when they went back to B, you know, it was like a 5-man take, very, very bursty. Similar to the strats that we saw success with on Train. They kind of kept that same mentality. I thought Gambit played a really good CT side, though. I think both teams are kind of happy with this half. You know, they're, well, not necessarily happy, but they're feeling good about, you know, winning this game.
The overall end result.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, both teams feel like they could take this game. But if Gambit does win this pistol, of course, on T and can manage to go up like 12-6, that's really tough to come back from.
He's sitting at a casual 14-14 right now. So, no, but a little bit more than just those kills. But now Gambit going to have to work against this disadvantage here with the 5v3 set against them. Steel still having himself a little bit of an angle to see through in this smoke too, but Bolt's taking maybe too early of a battle there. That's going to give him away. Steel pushing through, can only get 1. A 2-for-1 trade leaves just FNX alive on this site, but those B players are going to move into flank very, very quickly. Adrian and Doja don't have the luxury of a sort of slow lurk to get into positions to pinch on whoever the A player is. As the second they kill them, they're probably going to have to deal with more pressure from the other site. And thankfully, Gambit gets this kill quickly against FNX. It's a Dren back over here up on top on the balcony that finds it initially on contact. He's going to be down at 19 HP, however, and he spots Lucas early on, actually catches him. Still trying to push over towards the hay barrels there. And now Henny going to work in. In theory, he should be able to get a pretty easy trade onto Adrian, but actually catches Doja first, and then he already knew where Adrian was, so he's able to finish off the job. Doesn't even spot anything either. Ooh, and FNX trying to make an aggressive move inside of the ladder room, punished out by Hobbit. It's basically two huge early advantages going by the way of Gambit here. Doja is going to be caught up by Steel, though, as he also tries to make a move, and this time it pans out. The problem is no pressure at Ivy, so Adrian was allowed to push all the way up the short lane for free, but thankfully Bolts is there, ready to defend it. He picks up that kill onto Adrian, and Mo trying to bring it back around also falters, this time against Lucas going down. Only 2 remaining here for Gambit now. The only advantage that they do have is the timer. A minute remaining on the clock, but they can't even now rotate over towards B with Hobbit getting free control of it. The bomb is kind of stuck over in the A bomb site. Try to go back to T-Con, he'd run directly into Steel. Trying to go through Z obviously is not really an option. He could attempt to swing through the back line over here where Henny's hanging out, but even that's not going to be safe. And I think that's what Hobbit's trying to do now, is sort of clear that out, so maybe they can send the bomb in that direction. And Henny will indeed go down to Hobbit. This will open up the possibility for Zeus to push forward, but he still has to battle against Bolts. Can't get it done. Bolts even takes the duel versus that last player. Still able to hold on, picking up 2 kills. Mo battling back though with 2 quick USP headshots. That's Steel and FNX going down, re-evening out the manpower between these 2 teams. There's still 1 more to try and find in between Tanker here, and Hobbit is going to hunt him out. That's going to be Henny getting knocked out. Now Bolts has to hold. Up on top of the ramp currently inside of this little crevice which he can hold upon. Doesn't have a Molotov, but he does have the element of surprise. You're normally going to expect this guy to come out from upper. Smoke is on the floor. Bolts can't seem to find the shot though, and Hobbit going out in front to defend his teammate will shut it down with the headshot, giving Gambit the pistol.
Yeah, 2v4 retake, I believe.
2 Galils sitting in the mix, and it is looking like they're going to attempt a very, very similar strat. Already setting up their full nade rush outside here and sending all their players in position to execute. Now here they go, out into the open, but already Adrian being able to burn 1. Mo, and Adrian burns a second, and Mo hits his 2nd shot for this round. Down to 8 HP, but it's all on Henny alone now. He's able to catch that spray onto Zeus, and he also goes up on top to find Mo. Nice clip there to be able to finish off the job on Mo, but he's not going to get any further than that. Adrian finishes off the map, and it's Gambit that take control here, 16-12. Patiently waits outside the boiler where he's going to have a whole load of players working their way out into his direction in a moment. Great timing on the Molotov though, delays the hit for another 5 to 10 seconds here. As those mid choke point players are not going to be blocked, but still Zeus decides he doesn't want to actually take this direct challenge, instead falls back and again falls back around the post-up corner too. Now they're going to be moving back in. Doja's up on the balcony though, he will get run over by FNX, and we've got Mo in the fray too, but Mo's the only one still alive here now, and he almost gets that last kill as well. Adrian, though, swiftly moving in from the other side, is going to shut that down. And while it does come down to 2 from Gambit, station spot, which obviously would be the first guess as to where these 2 are going to be moving back in from. What they decided to just kind of wait it out, both Adrian and Hobbit. Play the time down a little bit here, and they're willing to do that. At least one of them has a kit. They're already back up on the platform behind the bomb. This is the one issue for the Immortals right now, is they didn't really secure that too well. FNX, though, taking out Adrian. Now leaves it on Hobbit, but Hobbit makes a move, gets into the open, and picks up the last 2 kills, and goes right for it to keep Gambit in a strong position to lead. Now we're going to go up all the way to 8-1.
Yeah, I think that was a really important round for Immortals to win.
We're going to be going for a bit of an early split here as well. Just taking that nice Hall's control, and actually just going to continue forward too. Doja, no problem holding on to that one. FNX, Bolts, and now just flipping onto Steel there too. Executing all these players 1 by 1. Another leaping shot from Hobbit to take out Lucas. So Henny, not really a whole lot that he could have done to help this situation, but he is going to end up kind of hanging out back over by the exit to library here and hope that someone just gets a little bit too cross-eyed here and moves out without checking this corner. But Doja's going to do it, and he succeeds in picking up what I believe was a 4th kill, actually. Going to go up banana, but then changed his mod at the last second, and now it's currently just Hobbit doing it solo. The good news is, though, is that this will hold off not only Henny and Lucas, but potentially more. And as they do move in, Steel, Henny, and Bolts able to hold off the site for right now in less than 10 seconds to plant the bomb. Bolts very low. He is going to get eliminated, but Steel wrapping back in. They're prioritizing the plant. The problem for Mo is, though, he's got a 1v3 set against him, and Steel takes the aggressive position to finish it off without even having to wait for the rotates.
I'm honestly pretty surprised that Immortals is winning these rounds so cleanly. I mean, no utility. They're using all their utility within 50,